What's up, hopeful people? I got a question for you. It's something I've been thinking about often ever since I heard this podcast this week about how much AI is going to change the lives of everyone we know and everything we know. And one of the main things that people talk about, of course, is when the AI is fully capable of taking over all the jobs. Now, I will admit to you that I was thinking about this in terms of that's way out in the future. We don't have to worry about it. Maybe that'll be like 20 or 30 years down the line. But according to people that are smarter than me, this is happening way faster with so much more precision than you would think that even by 2030, there is a chance that it's not a small chance. There is a chance that a huge significance of jobs will be wiped out and will be replaced by AI. And my question is, what are people going to do? So one of the first things that people say is, well, there's going to be universal basic income, and we'll all be, creators or being creative and like doing pursuits that we are passionate about, like art, music, things for the sake of itself, for fun. But I don't believe that because, first of all, I don't think all people are into that. I don't think all people are creative. I don't think every single person is capable of keeping themselves busy doing that type of thing instead of work. I think there are many, many, many people that are entirely dependent on their job for their identity and for feeling happy and healthy and balanced. And there's nothing wrong with that. For people that are creative or creators, there's another question. Won't the AI be better than us at creativity? And this is a really difficult question to answer. I don't know, because the more advanced it gets, probably it will start to compare it already does. If you look at AI graphic design, it's better than what I can do. If you look at if you look at metrics like speed, it's not always, it makes mistakes, but if you look at things like how quick it outputs work, how it, obviously there's no limits on it, it doesn't get tired. You can imagine, it's easy to imagine a world, right, where AI is creating art that's comparable or even better to humans. So what does that mean for us, and what does that mean for our children? I have children, and I'm sure some of the listeners here of this channel have children. What does it mean for the future of our children? Like, what's the point of sending your kid to a college to learn something that's going to be replaced by AI? Or what's the point of focusing on learning a skill? I'll give you like a really concrete example that blew my mind. Again, this is from this podcast I listened to with an AI safety researcher named Roman. This guy is very fascinating to me, and I can't believe some of the things I heard from him. So, first of all, like take this example. A few years ago, a lot of people were told learn to code because that was one of the best ways to get a good job, and it was true. If you learn to code and you got a job as a software engineer or a software developer, or you name it, sky's the limit. It's true. If you know how to code, you can command a healthy income for that skill. It's a high paid skill. But then the AI came out, and the AI knows how to code. So then it became learn how to use or learn how to code the AI. But even that has changed now, because now the AI is coding itself or doing, all these iterations where it just improves so much faster. In the time that it would take the human to learn to code, the AI is already so many steps ahead, and it keeps doing it and doing it and doing it, and it just becomes this logarithmic growth that goes insane, right? So I don't know the answer. I made this YouTube channel because I'm hopeful. That's why I always say, what's up, hopeful people? Because I want to know who else out there is hopeful. I'm not against AI. I'm not against that stuff. I'm not against technology. I think it's all good. But we have to understand, where do humans fit into this? The more advanced AI becomes and the more our world is changing, where do humans fit into that? Where does human created art fit in? I had this thought that we might be some of the last people on Earth, the final people on Earth creating human, fully human made art. It's such a weird, bizarre thing to think about. But if in the future the majority of creative work will be done by AI, again, I keep coming back to this question: what are our children going to be doing? I don't know. I'm putting this video out there because I want to see and get answers. Perhaps I'm a bit selfish, you know. I want to see what is out there and what people think. Okay, so let me know your thoughts. What does the future hold for us? What are we going to do all day? Like in the most basic sense. I mean, are we just going to work on our health? You know, that's an option. Are we going to all become super athletes? I don't know. You know, or like we have all this time now, so what are we going to do with it? That's really the big question. A lot of people try to say that it will be more creative, but if the AI is doing that itself, I think a majority of people will just consume AI art. I have one theory. I have a theory that the more advanced that AI becomes and the more it takes over the things that humans do, there will be opening a new niche in the world of something that's 100% human experience because people will crave that. They certainly will. I mean, if you are, if, especially the people that are part of the generation now who will remember the transition of a pre AI world versus a post AI world, I think they will crave the wabi sabi of mistakes, the messiness of what it is to be human. So I want to just put this video out here and get your thoughts. I'm not claiming that I have the answer because I clearly don't. I just, babbered on for whatever, how many minutes, just trying to figure it out. But I'm here and I'm trying to figure it out, and I want you to come on this journey with me. So tell me what you think. What's the future hold? What's going to happen in the future? What are our children going to do? Where is the world going now that AI is growing at such speed? What does the future hold? Comment down below.